Jim Stackpool is his name. Fantastic human being. He is in Australia, yes, and he developed this strategy 30 years ago because he saw the regulatory environment coming in Australia. Everything about their government is more restrictive. And so this system was born out of necessity. And it just happens to work really well in a free market. And so I was exposed to it at my last W-2, and I used it for 4 years with like 190 households. We moved 270 million off from AUM over to this flat fee model. And it was like over half the clients had a price increase. So I had to communicate this to 190 households every year for 4 years. And it got to the point where it's so standardized that clients became like, yeah, whatever. It's just like it was AUM, right? So it was built out of accounts, out of investment accounts. We did the investment management piece. We did the planning piece. Um, Payouts were at the top range of industry standards. So again, like I'm burdened with seeing the proof of it working
Hmm.
at full scale. So that's why I believe in it so much. And I try and find the people that like kind of have a rough vision of what that could be for them, and then I just help them get to that point.
Is there anything big that he's doing that we don't do here, at least like with your common advisor?
Yeah. So there's 3 meetings before you ever show a client a price. And in my experience, if you get that client to that third meeting, more than 9 in 10 are saying yes, no matter what the price is.
Is that kind of the idea you would have, like, with the ultra high net worth? Like, that's the kinda same
That's
principle?
exactly it. And that's why I'm so convicted in it, is because by the time I left that firm, that's the only type of client we were getting, and we weren't even trying.
So if you're opening up an RIA tomorrow, that's the model you're going with?
That is the model I'm going with. That's the future. That's what high net worth wants. Honestly, that's what smaller households want.
Mhm.
Um, it is not less profitable than AUM. It is, so your floor raises and your ceiling shrinks a little bit. That doesn't change the health of the firm. It also allows you to compensate people fairly on a production. So like if you have an internal advisor and you've got someone with like huge future potential, say 10 years down the road on an AUM model, but the person only has 500K to roll over now, you're basically asking your internal to do all this work with all this complexity for a client they're going to have to buy back at a multiple of 6 at 10 million in assets later. Like it's just not a great proposition. And you can't actually reward that person for doing all that work because there's not a lot of revenue there. So what it allows you to do is actually charge what the work is worth and then compensate your people for it.
Yeah.
Um, it's just an evening and a smoothing. It's like the rest of the free market. You're literally just charging for the value. That's it.